Hey Stitchers, I thought for this month I would do a separate stash based video. Basically, I have done a bit of stitching this month, but not a great deal. I've actually done more stashing than I have stitching. I will do a whip update video next week, possibly Monday. I'm hoping by that time I will have not only a finish to show you, but also a finished to show you, as long as I get a good stitching weekend in, hopefully. Although there won't be much stitching, there'll be something worth seeing by way of a finish. So this is going to be a complete stash fest video. Those of you following me on Instagram have seen the amount of threads that have come through my letterbox this month. So I'm going to show you the things that I've bought and take it from there really. This video, well, you know me by now, it could go on for half an hour, but we'll see how we go. Right, so where to start? Let's start by just mentioning a box of Happy Mail that I had this month. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen this little package that I got in the post from a fellow floss tuber. I was the recipient of a rack, a really great random act of kindness. It was completely out of the blue and totally unexpected. I received a lovely parcel via international post all the way from Canada from a wonderful floss tuber. And unbeknownst to her, she didn't realise at the time, but August it's been a very busy month for me, but it's not been a particularly great one, health reasons and things. So when I received this parcel, it really, really cheered me up. I was like completely overwhelmed with it because I couldn't get over the fact that somebody who I know but I don't know would just send me such lovely things. The majority of it wasn't cross-stitch related, but it contained things that I absolutely love, and it was just really great. So a lot of you probably know who sent it to me. I'm not going to mention names, but she's a lovely floss tuber. But she did include one lot of stitchy related items, so I thought I'd show you those. And I was really excited. Well, I'm always excited to get things in the post anyway, it doesn't matter what it is. But she sent me some lovely beads. Now these are beads that I can't actually get in this country, and I've seen a lot of you on YouTube use them, and they look, well, they're Japanese beads, and they look just like, to me, they look like delicate beads. So I'm really excited to use them, and they're in great colours. So I've got lovely gold, some lovely teal beads, and a mixture of lovely sort of iridescent purpley gold ones. So they're beautiful. I love those. Yeah, so that's a very tiny bit of the lovely Happy Mail that I got all the way from Canada this month. So that was really exciting. I loved getting that lovely box. Now let's go on to the cross-stitching things. Where to start? Okay, let's start small. I got another needle minder from No More Lost Needles, Lisa, her Facebook group, and I love this. It's a little, you might recognise it if you're into Heaven and Earth Designs and artists. This is one of Anya Kai's little owls. You can actually get this one as a chart. I think it's Little Autumn Owl from Heaven and Earth Designs. So I was really happy to get that one. It's a different type of needle minder. The other ones I've got are badges that have been converted, but this is sort of a dome-shaped one. Lisa has all sorts of different types of needle minders, but I love that one. These ones are really popular, so what she does when she gets them, basically she puts them up on Facebook, and then anybody who's interested in having one comments, and then Lisa picks a name, using the random number generator, and they're the person that gets it. So I got that one, so that was really great. I love that little owl. Secondly, the lovely Sam from Chromatic Alchemy randomly sent me some fabric in the post, so that was really lovely of her. Excuse me while I open it. It's a piece of, excuse me a minute, it's a piece of Drobelan, I think, yes, 28 count, but it's one of her hand-dyed, of course it's hand-dyed, one of her hand-painted fabrics. Remember I was telling you about them last month, and it's a beautiful sea colours really. I sort of looked at it and thought mermaid, but I don't know if you can tell, it's got where she's painted on it, like little parts of the fabric look exactly like droplets of water on the fabric. I just thought that was really awesome. So I'm not quite sure what side of the fabric I'd use. Obviously this is a side that's hand painted on, so that's the bit I'd use. But I mean, it also looks really pretty from the back as well. But when I saw that, I thought of a couple of smalls that I've got coming up that would look beautiful. I've got some little mermaids and things like that. So I thought, oh, that's beautiful. Because usually in my, as you know, in my fabrics, I go for sort of pinks, purples. So it's really lovely to get a really pretty bit of blue fabric. That would be ideal for my little mermaid smalls. Next up, I struck it lucky on eBay this month. That was quite good. I find with eBay, it's one of those places you've sort of got to look at on a regular basis, because the type of things that I like to buy don't come up very often, which means when they do come up, you really appreciate the value of them and how much you're prepared to pay. But I mean, I always pay way less than half price for the stuff that I bid on. So let's start with the boring eBay purchase. Fabric. You might remember from my fabric video I said that I did not have any 25 count Lugana in my stash, which I need to use for hardanger. So I managed to score this mass of Lugana on eBay for 1/3 of the cost. I think I got this much for £10, and if you go on So and So to buy this quantity of Lugana, costs about 30 quid, so I got it at 1/3 of the price. So that's not very exciting of itself. What is more exciting is the threads that I scored on eBay to go with this fabric. And if you're on Instagram, you would have seen these already. I know that not all of you are on Instagram, but I would say if you're not on Instagram and it's something that appeals to you, definitely go on it, because there's quite a little active bunch of us floss tubers on there. As much as we love making videos, sometimes it's nice to have a quick, easy way of keeping in contact with each other, and just putting up a photo of what you're working on, or different bits and pieces is a great way to do that. So if any of you aren't on Instagram, I would highly recommend it. I much prefer it to Facebook for different reasons. But yeah, I'm on Instagram. I'm Mrs. Milky Bar Kid Stitches. Mackenzie, the lovely Ray's on there. Aish is on there, except she's MS Goddess in Training. Stitching May is on there. There's loads of us on there. Jennifer's on there. Oh, just loads. I don't want to miss anybody out, but there's lots of us on there. So, Instagram is a good thing. Anyway, back to the threads. You also might remember in my cottons video I mentioned that I didn't have many Karen watercolour threads. Well, that has just changed because I scored 13 of them on eBay for the price that one would cost me on So and So. So I got 13 skeins of watercolours threads for £4, which is the cost of one on So and So. So that was pretty good. So I'll just go through them. I'll show them to you. The light's not very good in here today. It's dark and rainy, but we'll do our best. So here we go. This one is called Pebbles. It's lovely. Sort of sea blues, greys, and a bit of pink in there. This one is called Coral Blush. This one is Sandstone. So I've now got quite a few matching pairs, because a lot of these I had the wildflowers for. This one is Eggplant, which I think is funny. Eggplant, or if you live in my country, aubergines, are all purple, and this is predominantly green. But obviously it's got the purple thread running through it, so I love that one. Beautiful. Spice. This was one of my favourites, obviously. This one's called Black Cherry, and it's beautiful dark purples in that one. Really looking forward to using that one. And then there were 2 skeins of Black Forest. Again, another great colour. Pine Forest, and a beautiful dark green. It's not coming up very true to life on there. Maple. Bark, this one is, I recognise that colour. Ice. And lastly, Evergreen. So yeah, I was so surprised. I was the only one that bid on them, so either people didn't really know what they were, I don't know, or obviously my luck was in that day. So there they all are. All of those for £4, bargain. I think that's weird. Anyway, don't mind me. Yes, so those are those. For a minute I thought I had one missing, but it must be my imagination. I thought I had emerald. Maybe that's something else, who knows. Anyway, so that's that. So I'm really looking forward to doing some more hardanger and getting into that a bit more next year. I want to kind of incorporate it into my Operation Thread Porn, which I will talk about more in my whip video next week, because I've had a few ideas and things related to that, so I can talk about that in my whip video. So although my actual whips, to show you them, will probably take 3 minutes, I'll probably just ramble on about my little thread challenge to myself, for myself in that video, so you have been warned. Next batch of threads, Jojo Designs. Obviously I've got my Jojo Designs giveaway going on. You've seen in that giveaway I am giving away the 10 threads that were included in this month's Thread Club. So I don't need to show you those. Make sure you watch the giveaway video and please enter if you would like to. So here's the other bits of Jojo Designs stash that I got this month. Obviously I got my piece of limited edition fabric. I always have 28 count opal, so this will look completely different to the Ada that you can win in the giveaway, but this is my piece of fabric. Beautiful. The blue hasn't, well, you can actually see the blue, as it's not as strong, obviously. It isn't with opal Brittany. I mean, Brittany dyes lighter than Ada, but the opal Brittany dyes lighter still, but I'm so pleased with that fabric. So that is the limited edition Milky Bar Kid fabric. So I don't know if I'll ever use this. I mean, I love the colours, it is incredibly usable, but it's just the fact that, you know, once I use it, then it's gone, never to be replaced, and it's quite special. So that's that. The next exciting Jojo Designs things I have to show you is, I mentioned in my giveaway video, Michelle has just started branching out into silks. She has 2 types of silks. She has white silk, which she is dyeing in the same colours as her cotton range of threads. And then she has antique white silk, so sort of a more creamy base silk, that she's using to dye new colours in a new line of threads. So first of all, let me show you the silk taster pack. I actually meant to pick out the cottons so that you could see the difference between the cotton and silk. So let's have a bit of live action rummaging through my stash to see if I can. I'm not very well prepared today. I'm usually much more well prepared than this, but excuse me a second, I will ramble through my threads. Box 1. Right, so these are the silks that I have, and I'll find the cottons so that you can hopefully see the difference. Right, so the first, what's the bet, and then it's randomly not going to be in here for some reason. Masquerade, there we go. Right, so just for demonstration purposes, that's the cotton Masquerade, and here's the silk. So you can see it dyes quite differently. Well, not quite, I mean it's obviously the same colours, but how it takes the dye. So the darker, it's actually brown, although it's coming up black there, browner. No, it's not brown. Browny black colour. But in the silk it comes up more grey. Yeah, so that's the silk. So there's the floss label so you can see it. So they're being named with a Z. Differentiate them between the cottons. I don't think Sapphires is in here, it's kitted up some. Oh no, it is. It is. And then obviously this is the cotton. Oops. And this is the silk. So you can see how they, you know, take the dye differently. That always interests me. I know it doesn't interest everybody, probably nobody else on the planet. But yeah, so that's just to show you the difference that the base material makes to how it takes the dye. So the silks that I got, as I said, I got Masquerade, Sapphires. This is St. Clement silk. This is Savannah Sunset. Savannah Sunset in a silk. And this one is Argentine Tango. So those were just, Michelle had sort of a flash sale. She put up some different things, and obviously everybody who was interested commented, and then she randomly picked one of us to win. And so I got the silk taster pack, which was brilliant because I've been desperate for Michelle to put the silks on her website. So those are the 5 in the regular line white silk that Michelle is dyeing to the same colours as her cottons. But I was really excited because I've been waiting ages for these since Michelle put them up on the Facebook page. The antique silk that she's dyeing, because I loved the colours and I just love the names. She's sort of naming them with sort of Georgian, Victorian type names, and they really suit the threads because they're beautiful. She's also she's put some new colours up this month in this particular range. So again, these are all silks. This one is called Copper Kettle. This one is Lavender Sachet. I love, this is my favourite one. Bramble Jelly. I think that's really, really pretty colours. And this one is Tea Rose. Beautiful one. And this one is Gooseberry Bush. So I was really excited to receive those because I've been looking forward to those. Because apparently I didn't have enough threads, and this little thread challenge I've set myself for next year, I obviously felt that I needed to buy more threads because obviously I'm running low here. Anyway, so those are my Jojo Designs threads, so that was a really exciting little package to receive this month. Next, now I know a lot of you, I say a lot, quite a few of you, either have these silks in your stash, these exact ones, or they are winging their way to you. The lovely D-Stitcher, Denise, put up a video about some silks that she had received from Mo Bittner, who has a Facebook group called Mo's Sales, where she sells hand-dyed cotton, hand-dyed silk and hand-dyed fabric. And when I saw that video, I knew I had to get my hands on those silks, and just about straight after I watched Denise's video, I went and ordered some silks because I just couldn't resist. It actually takes a lot to enable me. I'm not one, I mean some of us are more susceptible to enabling than others. I'm not one of those. Not when it comes to charts, fabric, a little bit, but threads, silk threads specifically, I can be easily enabled, especially when they are at such a bargain price. Unbelievable. Now you would have seen these if, again, if you follow me on Instagram. But these are the silks that I bought. Just to let you know, I wound these myself. I found they were a bit springy and shiny. This is not how they come, just in case it confuses anybody when you get your package. They look different because I made them look different. But these are the silks that I got now, people. These are amazing. They are very shiny. I don't know what type of silk they are, but they look like the filament silks I've got in my stash. I'm not saying they are filament silk, I'm not saying they're spun silk, I don't know, I should probably ask Mo really. But they are super shiny. I can't stop stroking them, it's a bit random. But this is a skein of silk, 6-stranded, 8 meters, $1.50 for this skein of silk, $1.50. I'm not quite sure how anybody can hand dye silk for that money. I'm not complaining. So to all my UK stitcher friends, these 10 silks, for them to be delivered to me from America to the UK, cost me £13.26 for 10 silks to be delivered. I mean, that's it. To have these sent to me, I don't know what the postage was, $7 or $6 or something, but $1.50 for silk. You know, these cost me £13.26. I just can't get over what an incredible bargain that is. So you can be sure that you'll be seeing more of these in my stash videos every month, because that's just incredible. How it works, I'll obviously link to the Facebook group, but from what I can gather, Mo dyes on a rotation basis. So I think for 2 weeks she dyes cottons, 1 week she dyes fabric, 1 week she dyes silks. This Sunday is when she'll put up the silks that she's dyed new for this week, and then basically you go on there and comment under the picture of the thread fabric you want until it runs out, and her silks and threads and everything, not surprisingly, sell out really quickly. So if you're interested, definitely join the group. I know quite a few of you have, because I recognise your names, especially because you bought the same silks as I have, so I get the notification. So I know that Christy and Randy and a few others have got some of these silks, but I'll go through them anyway so you can see them. These are all Downton theme silks, the other reason why I had to buy them. I was a little bit sad though, because Lord Grantham isn't in here. He sold out super quick, so I'm hoping that Mo will do a re-dye so I can add him to my collection. But this is Lady Mary. I got 2 skeins of her because, you know, it's purple and pink and it's Lady Mary. This is Matthew Crawley, lovely green. This is John Bates. This is Daisy Mason. It's actually, that's coming up bright blue. It's actually more a mintish green. That's not coming up right at all. That's coming up way more aqua than it is in real life. This one is Tom Branson. This one is Lady Cora. This one is the Countess of Violet Crawley. It's Lady Sybil and Lady Edith. So I'm really looking forward to using these. So yeah, that little bundle, £13.26, incredible. Next up. Oh, chart-wise, you know I don't buy many charts, but obviously, of course, I bought the Northern Expressions Needlework Twisted Rainbow Sampler, which I have worked on, but only for a few days this month. I've completed 4 bands, obviously I'll show that in my whip update. That really is my stash for this month. So I think I got 44 threads in total this month, somehow. Because like I say, I don't have enough really. Little random bits of stash. They are sort of linked to sewing. But I got these bags of buttons because, like I say, it's all sort of part of my Operation Thread Porn, but I want to get more into finishing and that type of thing. So I saw these little packs of buttons for any UK stitchers. I found them in The Works, which is a shop. It's a random shop, it's a cheap shop. They sell lots of books and stationery and things like that, and they have little crafty things. So each of these bag of buttons was 175 grams and they were only £1.99, which I thought was quite good. Because for things like buttons and trimmings and that type of thing, I mean, you can obviously buy things on a project by project basis, but sometimes I find it quite helpful to have lots of little sort of a few different bits and pieces around for inspiration and something that you can sort of root through and mix and match things with. So, I mean, I've not actually shown you my fabric, my non-cross-stitch fabric stash, but I've got a bit of that and, you know, little odds and ends that I like to have around because I really do want to work on my finishing, so I got those. And randomly, not, you know, it's related to cross-stitch. I have these little rhinestone stickers, and I will elaborate more on what these are going to be for, as I say, in my whip video when I talk a bit more about Operation Thread Porn, as it is now going to be known. So that's my little stash video for this month. I'm quite pleased with it already. I wanted to do a separate, this is really pathetic, but I wanted to also do a separate stash video, because as I acquire stash through the month, I sort of put it to one side in preparation for doing the video, because there's no point putting it all away until I've, you know, shown you guys what I've got. And it was just doing my head in that all these threads were lying on my desk. So I thought, oh, just do a separate stash video, and then you can sort of bag and tag them and put them away. So that's just me being a little control neat freak. But yeah, so that's the other reason why I had to do a separate stash video, just so I could put all these lovely stuff away. So there you go, that's my stash video. Obviously I haven't done a video, well, I've just done the giveaway video, but I sort of haven't done a video for a month now, which seems really strange after doing, you know, almost 2 videos a week, possibly for like 2 months. So I kind of feel like I've, you know, because I know a few of you have contacted me through other channels to say, oh, when are you going to put up your next video? But I feel like I've kind of run out of things to say. So I'll do like stash videos and I'll do my whip videos. I'm thinking next year I might incorporate a couple of other ideas into my videos, but again, I think I'll talk about that in my whip video next week. So there you go, that's my stash. I don't know if that's a lot or a little. I don't know, it doesn't really matter, does it? Whatever makes you happy. As long as you've got the money to buy it all, then it's not really a problem. Well, it is a problem. It's a thread addiction. But yeah, there we go. So all that's left for me to say is thanks for watching and happy stitching.